welcome back. Or, if you are new, welcome. Looks like I have a mustache. Look how many blemishes are on my top lip. And I don't know why. I should put my clips in so that we can, you know, be prepared. I'm going to attempt to turn this into something like this. I do this to myself every time. We're just gonna have to see if we can do it. Also, I got my teeth whitening strips in, so if it looks a bit weird, that's why. Maybe you didn't notice and I just pointed it out. Whatever, we'll move on. I don't know if I'm ready for this, you know. Whatever, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. If you haven't already, hit subscribe down below or my little face in the corner. There we have it. Let's attempt this, shall we? We're gonna start with the eyes because, as we all know, she has the iconic wing. I'm just not ready to attempt, but we're gonna give it a go. Gonna give it a go. Oh, I need scissors. I can't really bite it either because I've got my teeth whitening strips in. We'll give it a go. Okay. Right, let's stick that on there because I need to talk, don't I? We're gonna... we need to make it look like our eyes are gonna go... But I don't know how to do that to that extent. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna be very difficult. How many times can I say that? I'm just prepping myself, really. I still haven't learned. I need to get coloured tape or just not translucent, you know, see-through. It's kind of hard to judge, but whatever. As always, I forgot. Okay, we're gonna go into this little Dior palette just because it has this little cream base we're gonna use to prep the lids. Could use concealer, but I like how this really smooths out the eyelids. So now I'm gonna go into the Tartelette Toasted palette. I've got a little gem stuck to the bottom of the palette. And I'm gonna go into this color here. It's the shade Sunrise. It's lovely. It's a nice little shimmery, nudie color. So I'm gonna use that to set the eyelids. Oh, why have I closed it? I need it. I'm gonna go with like a fluffy brush and I'm gonna go into the color Latte, which is like a nice little brown color. And I'm gonna add this all through the crease. And I'm gonna really bring this up back here. Just realised the tape isn't even great. Gonna have to change it now before we go too far. I'm gonna really build up this colour on the outer part of the eye. Ugh, the tape doesn't want to stick down. I'm gonna add this to the outer part of the eye as well by here. Now I'm gonna go into the Tartelette and Bloom palette and I'm gonna go into the colour Jet Setter because we need to really like cool this down a bit now. So we're gonna add this just above the crease and really wing it out back here. And use this like right in here. And then just take a big fluffy brush and really blend everything together so it looks seamless. Now we're going to attempt some liquid eyeliner. This is the Rimmel London Glam Eyes one in the shade Black Glamour. I really don't know how to feel. We're just going to give it a go. Oh my god, it would really help if the tape would stick down. You're not helping. Okay, this is really not going to plan. I'm going to do quite the wing. Really wing it back. Wings are done, but now we're going to take a little angled brush and take it into some... I'm going to take some dark brown, and you can take black or whatever you want. And we're going to use a light hand. And we're going to really extend the wing up. Don't worry, it's not going to look intense afterwards. We're just going to send it upwards. And then tap it out with our fingers. Now we have that, look. I'm just going to curl my eyelashes. We're going to go in with some of the Lash Sensational mascara from Maybelline. Now we're going to move on to skin. So we're going to use the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation in the shade F5. Going to definitely cover up this top lip. Every time I get it in my hair. Every time. And we're going to blend it with a brush. And for concealer, we're going to use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fur Warm. As always, I do need to switch up my concealers again, but why fix what isn't broken? You know? I am aware though that it's getting very repetitive. So sorry. There's no point in me just individually going over those blemishes. I'm just going to do a big swipe. Gonna highlight with this as well, and also use it over any dark spots and blend it with a brush. Gonna really press this up against where the wing goes so that it's nice and sharp. I always hate this stage of makeup because it just looks so random, doesn't it? I'm gonna take some powder. This is the ARIANA colour powder. I'm gonna pop it under the eyes. Really make sure we get that wing up there. I'm not gonna use any cream products because she looks very matte. So we're just gonna go straight in with the powder products. Also setting my T-zone with this powder. I'm gonna set the entirety of my face, but using the powder puff, I'm doing my T-zone. Now I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and set everywhere else with the same powder. Also dusting off anything from underneath the eyes because we don't want to bake. We're gonna contour our nose first. So take your contour colour and your contour brush and we'll get started. I can't really see what her nose looks like in this photo because she's on like an angle. So we're gonna just attempt a little button nose, sort of, well, as close to a button as I can get. Now we're going to do our cheekbones, really load up the brush, and we're going to pop it here. It's going to look really intense to begin with, but once we've added the bronzer and stuff on top, it'll look alright. We just got to make sure that we're snatched. Now we're going to take this brush and we're going to do our jawline. Now I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used for the nose contour, and I'm going to add this up here to the wing part and like really wing it out. It's gonna look intense, but you know, bronzer and all that stuff will calm it down. Now I'm gonna take a little pencil brush. I also use this to contour the sides of my nose. I'm gonna take the same colour as my contour and we're gonna add this to the lower lash line, like really close. And now that brush that we used for the first colour that we used in the crease, I'm just gonna pinch it and we're just gonna add this to the lash line as well. I'm not adding anything else though to the brush, I'm just using whatever's left. I'm gonna go back in and curl my eyelashes again. Because I'm not gonna add lashes because whenever I wear lashes, it immediately makes it look like I'm ready for a night out, and that's not what this look is. We're just gonna make our normal eyelashes, our natural ones, as boom as possible. Boom! Gonna go back in with some mascara, just a little bit. Now I'm gonna go in with this pencil liner from e.l.f. This is a like brown colour. I'm gonna add this to the waterline. We're gonna add it like all the way in to the inner tear duct. Okay, I look way too overexposed, or is it like I'm very pale right now? Either or. We're gonna use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. We're gonna add this, gonna do this to the back of the cheeks and just a bit higher than we normally would. Do you know what I mean? Like kind of where you'd put your highlighter really. Add it up here to the temples too, and then across the forehead. Also just gonna add some to the end of the nose and on the chin. Now I'm gonna fill in my eyebrows. This is from Primark. It's the Brow Sketch Brow Pencil in the shade Dark Brown. And with the brows, we're first of all gonna make sure the front is nice and defined. She's got very short eyebrows, but they're like straight. So we need to try and straighten out the end of these brows a little bit without making it look a bit much. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I think that's the best we're gonna get from the brows. Okay, for her blush, she doesn't really look like she's got very peachy or pinky cheeks, so we're gonna go in with this colour here from the e.l.f. palette. Just gonna do it once, and we're gonna add it here. Okay, for highlight, it looks very muted. Like it doesn't look like an extreme highlight. Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go into the Steel palette, and I'm gonna take just this like goldy one here. Just gonna go twice. We're gonna very lightly add it to the top of the cheeks. See, it's not like adding a lot, but it's adding something. Do the same to the top of the eyebrows. Now I'm gonna take a brush like this into the gold again. We're gonna add this to the end of the nose, just lightly, and then down here. And then on the inner corner, we're gonna add a little bit of the gold as well. Okay, we're going to take this brush again and we're going to go back into the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I'm going to take the shade Funny Girl, which is a gold, but not like the other gold. This is like a more like champagne-y gold. And we're going to add this in here because it looks very gold in the photo, but also quite like bright. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to add that in here. And then take one of the brushes we used for the crease and just blend it out. And I'm just going to take my finger into like a whitey sort of colour. I'm going to add that to the brow bone because it looks very highlighted but not shimmery. Okay, now for lips. I'm quite excited for it, I'm not going to lie. It's just like my everyday lip combo really, but we'll give it a go as I see on the photo. It could turn out different, but from the looks of it, it looks like it's my everyday type of look. So I'm going to use the Obsession lip liner in the shade Hookup. Just overline the lips. I'm going to really make sure that bit there is quite dark. And then we're going to draw it in. And then we're going to really round out the top lip. I'm going to kind of colour in the lip a little bit as well. Not all the way, but like just to blend the colour into the lip a little bit better. Now we're going to use the Chanel lipstick in the shade Boy. We're going to go over the entire lip. Now we're going to use this Pat McGrath Labs lipstick in the shade Flesh 3. We're going to add a little bit of red in here and here. And then to top it all off, we're going to use a bit of the Morphe X Maddie Ziegler lip gloss in the shade Peach Pucker. Make sure we get right up to that line that we drew because it helps it look a bit more natural. And now to set it all in place, we're going to use the Urban Decay Slick Setting Spray. And this is the finished makeup look. It did end up being pretty much my everyday lip colour. Maybe just a little bit more intense on the liner, but other than that. I would put my hair up, but I mean, I don't suit having my hair up. Hang on. See, this is what it would look like if you had your hair up. Obviously it doesn't look right on me, but, I love this gloss, but you know, my hair does get stuck in it every time. I'm quite enjoying this look. I like how the eyes turned out. Not as hers, but we're not all as blessed as Ariana Grande. You might be, but me personally, I am. No. But yeah, if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. It would mean the world and so much more. And I shall see you in the next video. Bye.